Now, the one thing I did forget in the last video was one name project. The default name is something weird. They just generally generate names. I'm going to call it Smile Keyring dash Smile Keyring video. Don't bother with the video for your guys. I just want to make sure I have it separated in my list of projects. So now we're going to add the eyes to the object. So this is going to be the first step we're going to grab is we're going to grab a sphere. And I'm going to make this thing a hole. So it's going to remove it. And I want to make sure it's as many steps as possible, just so it's as smooth as possible. Now, the first thing we need to do this guy, I'm going to move the whole thing over, is we need to resize him. It's going to be easier if I click the isometric view, as he is going to be a 0.1 by 0.1 by 0.1 orbit. I can grab this thing and orbit a little bit. And I'm going to grab him. And the first thing I know is I want his height off the platform. So he goes up to be 0.15. Oh, sorry. 0.1, but change his height here, this bottom one, to be 0.15. It's very easy to grab the wrong thing. So that's going to lift him up to the right Z height. Now I can rotate to the top, move my thing over, which we can do. I can always hit home, top, hit zoom, and it'll bring everything in focus. And I'm going to click on the eyeball, and I'm going to just sort of take, and I know he needs to go some negative distance, so I'm going to go negative 0.15, and we need to go up some, so we're going to go positive 0.2. Oh, no, wrong thing. 0.1. I want this outer number, this negative 1/8. So I'm going to go 0.15. Maybe 0.1. Maybe negative 0.2. So this way I know exactly where this guy is. Now, I still need to learn the mirroring tools. That will be something I'm going to do outside of this. Right now, we're going to do this the simplest way, which I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to hit Control-C for copy and Control-V for paste. And all I need to do is take this number here, this negative 0.15, they switched it over, and I'm going to go positive 2, or 0.2. 2 would be huge. Everything else should be the same. Oh, so it doesn't look right. I'm going to click on this guy. He's negative 0.2 that way. Oh, because we have to factor in the width of the sphere, we want to see, because it's not to the center point, it's to the left-hand side, we want to see 0.1. And the way I got that was, so from this center line to here is 0.2, which means I need to go from this center line to the outside of the sphere, it needs to be 0.2, which means we need to subtract the diameter of the sphere, which is 0.1. And again, I do a visual inspection, and that looks like a thing. Now, those holes will actually get removed. Let me show you that in Prusa Slicer, just in case you don't believe me. So I'm going to go to Export, STL. It's going to download the model. I'm going to open up Prusa Slicer. Obviously, you might not have Prusa Slicer at home, but I just want to prove to you that those are actually being removed properly. So I'll give it a second for Prusa Slicer to open. I'm going to hit plus. I'm going to go to my downloads folder. I'm going to grab Sky Keyring, and notice the 2 eye holes are actually removed. So just like in Inventor, except with TinkerCad, which is like Inventor but not as good.